Hey everybody, Jillian here. Today I'm going to share my 2019 December daily album. I thought it would be really fun to just do a really quick walkthrough since the order period for 2020 is now open. As you can see, for 2019 I used a 4x6 album, and I'm going to do the same for this year. I picked up an extra one because I don't anticipate us having a super busy December, and I really like this size. I feel like 6x8 for me personally is too large. So I used the main kit for this album, and it came with the transparent numbers on here, so some of them are going to be difficult to see on camera, but this is my title page, just mostly using things from the main kit and then things I had in my stash. So I used a lot of 4x6 horizontal photos, and then for journaling I used these 4x6 cards. I tucked a lot of things into the top of the page protectors here. So I used some older tabs from an older kit, and then I slipped things in here just to remind me, oh hey, there's something in there that you should check out. 2019 was the year that I bought my typewriter, and so I was still kind of learning it, and there's a lot of messy typing you might notice in my journaling here. But typing is now my new favorite way for incorporating journaling into December Daily. I'm able to tell much longer stories than if I were to write it by hand. So lots of stars, obviously. And then lots of flip-ups too. So we were taking advantage of the cool weather and went outside, and I snapped several photos. I also like to take a lot of photos, so you'll see how I incorporated those into here. So again, typed up journaling just on a journal card from the main kit. I added the Avery index tabs to my box last year because I like having something to hold on to when I'm flipping things. And I just want to also note here that there's not much, if anything, that's original to me in this album. I copied a lot of techniques that I saw in the Facebook group or from Product Play or from the creative team members, so I'll list my favorite ones down in the video description if by some chance you aren't following them. Lots of flip-ups here. I also took the Storytelling with December Daily class a few years ago, and I really like that. So when I was looking for 4x6 inspiration, I went back through some of the video flip-throughs from Allie's albums, and this was one that she had included in there, so I love that class. That's my #1 recommendation if you are new to December Daily or want to learn more about it or how to tell better stories. I love, love, love that class. So just a little flip up here, and then another one. So a flip up on a flip up, whoa. And then label stickers. I love label stickers for journaling, and then I just typed up my journaling here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. There we go, that's better. And more stars. It's a big clear number here. More journaling. Also, I really like large photos, and so what I did throughout the album was just printed out a 6x8 photo, scored it in the middle, and then like created a flip-up pocket. Day 5, not a very merry day, broke down on the side of the road. I included my journaling here. You know, nothing like breaking down on a super busy highway interchange with 2 kids in the car. Super stressful. For day 6, I had a lot of photos. We had a little celebration at my son's preschool, and so I included a bunch of those here and then typed up my journaling on another flip up. This was straight out of the Product Play class. I even used the exact same pieces that Allie did for her little accordion folder thing. She did like a things I'm grateful for, and I just wanted to include a lot of photos from a Christmas pageant that we took my son to. It was so fun to just watch him experience this production. That was the best part. I was just watching him. So I included my journaling here again, typed up and tucked into this tag, and then I backed that with some patterned paper, another little label with some embossing. And then for stories, I like to tell some of the same stories every year. Like this is a wish list story, and so it's fun to see how my kids grow up through that lens of what are they kind of wishing for this season. And then there are just some other things that we do every holiday season, like we go get our family photos taken at a photo place. So I just journaled about that here. Sorry it's so blown out. Journaled about that here, and then I had this little star bag from something that I punched holes in. It's super fragile. And then I just slipped some extra photos into. And then these were really fun. I don't remember if these were an add-on or in the main kit, but I really liked these pleather circles. So again, just a simple story, doing a Bible study with a friend at a coffee shop. It was our last one of the year. We were wrapping up a study, so that was exciting. And then this was just an ordinary story that I told about my son who went in for his 12-month checkup. They were concerned about like a developmental delay, and then a week after he leaves the doctor's office, he's nailed, whatever they were concerned about. So I just journaled about that here in another flip up. And then we had to make some changes to our tree this year, so I just documented that here. I have this super old tree transparency from A Beautiful Mess, and then I think I just copied this straight from Allie. I put some circles on either side. So I love that. Like, I'm talking about the tree over here, and we've got that circle, and then when you flip it over, we're talking about, memories and over on this side. So I thought that was pretty cool how that worked out. Another flip up because I wanted to have a full like 4x6 photo of my little one reaching for the tree, and then this is kind of how we had to make some changes. We downsized from a 6-foot Christmas tree, I think, to just a tabletop one because little kids. Just another kind of Christmas story about the trains at the grandparents' house. This little pocket I made from patterned paper, I think Amy Gretchen contributed this idea to the world, and so I just tucked my journaling in the pocket. It's been 5 years since I've pulled out these Christmas books, and I finally remembered to, so I wanted to be sure to document it here. Just a top-down photo on me reading to the boys. And then this was an event type thing that we had at church, so I wanted to incorporate a bunch of photos from that. So I cut down a 6x8 page protector of all 2x2s and then put some patterned paper in there. I stamped some numbers, star of course, my journaling. There's another church thing, so just those numbers, some typed up journaling. Super simple, super simple. This is kind of like a holiday spin on a everyday story. My son does occupational therapy. These were some of the things that he made in his OT session that day, and just kind of journaling about that. And then another transparency with the pleather circle. And then I typed up journaling on a little card and then punched it out so I could just back it directly behind here. I've got another photo flip up. This was just a super simple story. I don't even think I did any journaling for this one. We were just driving around looking at lights, and that's it. So I just took a picture of the coolest yard, added a little tag, some labels, numbers, and a star. I like to send out Christmas cards every year, and so I also like to incorporate one of the cards in my album, and I don't really like the color of this envelope, so that's going to factor into my decision when buying cards this year. How does the envelope look in my album? This card was from Dayspring. I had to trim it down a little bit to be able to have it fit in here. So just a copy of what we sent out, a little star up top, and then I had stamped an older number that I had in my stash with some star stamps. I took a selfie here, just of me wrapping presents, and noted my journaling on a label. This is my son's Sunday school class. They were having a little celebration, so I wanted to be sure to document that here too. And then school break, so I just documented that. This is what we're doing at home now that we don't have, to drive to school in the morning anymore. And then a flip up with some of our Christmas Eve traditions. So the family photo that is shared with everyone, and then the family photo that's not so great. And then some journaling up here, just talking about our traditions, lots of photos. Again, using those 2x2 pocket page protectors. That's like a 6x8 size that I cut down to 4x6. Pattern paper label, bing bang. There's kind of like a formula here. More journaling, so this is like AM, PM here, and then more patterned paper just to fill in this space, and then a little note about going over to my parents to celebrate later on in the week. And then that's it. In the back I had a little extra room for additional photos that I wanted to include, and then just some other memorabilia in here. And that's it. I really liked the 4x6 size, again, so much that I'm going to do it this year. I've tried 3x8. I didn't love that, so definitely going to do 4x6 again this year. instead of purchasing the main kit from Ally, I went through my stash and kind of compiled things that I had that I like still and that coordinated with this Hey Santa collection from Crate Paper. I just got some of the patterned papers here. I really like the colors. They coordinate pretty well with some Ally's products this year. I really liked the vellum polka dot. And then I grabbed just a couple of ephemera pieces. So the ephemera pieces here, and then the sticker book. And then I grabbed just another 4x6 album and some journaling cards and a couple other embellishments from Ally's shop. And that's it. So that's my plan for 2020. That's my book from 2019. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below.